Everybody, welcome back. Today's workout is something that's close to my heart. It's for all my postpartum mamas who really want to get moving again, start to heal their core, and just start to feel good in their bodies again. So this one is for you, and we're going to make it quick so that you can actually fit it in, all right? So really the only equipment that you're going to need for today is a mat and maybe a little pillow or a folded up towel for your head, all right? So when you're ready, go ahead and hit play, and we're going to get started. All right, coming on to all fours. So you're just gonna make sure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. And let's do a few breaths here. So the core breath, really important for restoring our core and just really getting our mind-body connection back. We're gonna breathe in through the nose, expanding the ribs wide and back. And then exhale out through a pursed lip, like you're blowing air through a straw. So you notice that was audible, right? So we want to be able to hear the breath, and it's a little longer, a little more forceful than it would normally be. Inhale, expand. Exhale, connect. So you keep going with that breath pattern. I'm just going to talk a little bit about what you might be feeling in your body. So as you breathe in, we want you to really ideally be able to feel the sits bones spreading, the pelvic floor relaxing, let your belly soften, all while the rib cage expands. And then as you exhale, imagine just gently drawing your pelvic floor in and up. Okay, so that's gonna help your deep core start to connect a little bit. So let's just shift back now, keeping your spine neutral and then forward. So we're just stretching out our pelvic floor, getting some length. Inhale back, exhale, shoot back out. Imagine balancing a tray of drinks on the back of your pelvis. Inhale, spread the sits bones. Really important to let the pelvic floor relax. A lot of us can't do that, and that can cause dysfunction too. Really important to get that nice relaxing phase and the connection phase. All right, so you're gonna come back into your tabletop position. If at any point your wrists get sore, just come on down to your forearms, okay? So we're gonna take a big breath in, exhale, zip up, connect, and then reach the right fingertips out. So if you're on your forearms, you can still do this. Okay, it's just gonna feel slightly different. All right, and then as we exhale now, we're gonna reach the left fingertips. The goal here is to keep the pelvis still and our abdominal wall engaged. Okay, so we always blow before we go with our exercises. So we inhale, prepare, exhale, connect, and then reach. It's gonna give you a strong connection to your core. One more time on the left. Awesome job. Let's just sit back. Take a quick child's pose, inhale. And exhale, you can come on out to lie on your tummy, fixing your pants, and then coming over onto your side. So we're in a side lying position. The legs are in a fetal position, but you're open at the front of the hips, okay? So just make sure your knees are not way up here. And then cradling your head in your hand, or you could put a pillow underneath your head. I want you to feel like you're reaching your top hip bone down towards the feet, and you're lifting the underside waist, okay? Notice your ribs too. If your ribs are flaring, I want you to think about softening your sternum down towards your pubic bone so you have a nice rib to hip connection and a neutral spine. All right, now we're just gonna open the top knee, coming into a clam, and then lower down. This is just a nice, easy move here with control, and we want to make sure the top hip doesn't roll backwards as we open. So you can put your hand there to help you. Just keep the hips stacked. That's the biggest thing that I see with this exercise. It's a great exercise, but it's often performed incorrectly. So you really want to be aware that you're not sinking down underneath and that you're not rolling back with the top hip. Good, we have 4. Inhale down, exhale up, 3, 2. Even in side lying here, you want to initiate the move by exhale, lifting the pelvic floor, zipping up the low abdominals. And we're gonna bring those knees a little higher up now. So if you have any questions about the breath or anything as we move through this workout, just pause, write it down, and then reach out to me after, okay? I'm always happy to help. So make sure you don't sink down into the mat. Keep the top side waist long. You're gonna lift the leg up to hip height and down. So this is a little different in that we're not rotating, we're just lifting the leg up and down. Good, 6 more. And down. 5 and 4. Relax the shoulders. And 1. Bring the leg down. Give yourself a little pat. Nice job. So you can just turn away from me, but I'm gonna flip head to toe. Awesome. And we'll do that on the other side. All right, so we've got our hips open, feet in line with the seat. Reach the top hip away, lift the underside waist, rib to hip connection. We're all set and ready to go. Let's breathe wide into the rib cage. Exhale, draw your pubic bone up to your belly button as you open and lower down. That's just another little cue that you can think about. So these exercises, as I said, they're not flashy. They're not maybe what you were used to doing before you were pregnant or even during your pregnancy, but really effective. If you take it slow and you really tap into that core breathing, focus on what you're doing, and you are going to be stronger than even before you had kids. I promise. You're going to love your body so much more for everything that it's given you, everything that it's done for you, and will continue to do for you. So we'll take our time now so that we can have all those things down the road. And you're going to bring your legs up. Make sure you haven't tucked your tail under, okay? So you've got your neutral spine still, rib to hip connection, and not sinking down into the mat. We're going to lift up and down and up and down. Nice job. We're going for about 8 here. So we've got 4 more now. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 3. Tummy tight. And 1. Nice job. And so coming over onto our backs, let's finish it off. We're gonna do a little bit of mobilizing for our spine. So your heels are in line with your hip sockets, neutral pelvis. And if you don't know what I mean by that, you just wanna have your pubic bone and your 2 hip bones lying in the same flat plane. So you can just make this little triangle with your hands, heel of the hand on the hips and fingers on the pubic bone. And you just wanna feel like your fingers and your thumbs are in line with one another. So we can just kind of tuck the pelvis and extend away a couple times just to bring some awareness. And then try to heavy your tail and find that nice even line. Once you're there, you're gonna just kind of try to maintain that as you take a breath in. And now you're gonna roll through, lengthening out the lower spine, tuck the tail, and articulate all the way up into your bridge. Beautiful. Inhale at the top, soften through your sternum and roll straight down, 1 vertebrae at a time, releasing to your neutral at the bottom. Let's do that again. Inhale, expand. Exhale, drawing the pelvic floor in and up. Abdominals firing, and then you're getting into the glutes and hamstrings as you press into the feet and roll up. Hold at the top here. The knees are reaching out over the toes. Crown of the head is reaching back. Feel that nice long line. That's going to help keep your ribs in a good position so you're not arching and flaring. And then rolling down. 2 more like this, and then we're going to add on. Last one, rolling through, press into your feet, lengthen, and roll down. Okay, so now let's roll up, but we're gonna hold at the top here. So bringing your arms just above the shoulders, we're challenging your obliques and your pelvic stability a little bit more by moving one arm out to the side, not letting the pelvis move, and then back in. Other arm comes out, back in. So you keep going with that, and I'm just gonna give you a little kind of demo of what we don't want to happen here. So as the arm pulls, you don't want to let the pelvis move. Okay, everything is staying very level, keeping the hips high and thinking about that length from the knees to the crown of the head. Keep going here. We have 2 more and 1. Hold in center, roll down 1 vertebrae at a time, bringing your arms to the mat. From here, I want you to just soften the front of the rib cage, notice your neutral spine, and you're just lifting the hips an inch or 2 off the mat. Notice I haven't changed, I haven't tucked under, okay? So we're gonna maintain that and do a little bit of a march with our heels. So let's lift the left heel off the mat and lower, and the right heel, and lower. Lift and lower, other side and lower. Good. Getting into our hamstrings a little more here. I'm feeling my glutes a lot too here. little faster. We're gonna go reciprocal, one and the other. Up and down. Keep the pelvis level. Check that you haven't started to tuck. You've got that little neutral curve. Zip up the low belly. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lift both heels up and lower everything down to the mat. Lift to your hover, lift the heels, and lower everything down to the mat. Good, a couple more like this. Hover, heels, lower down. Exhale as you hover, lift the heels, lower down. Heels, lower down. One more. Hover, lift the heels, and lower down. Beautiful job. Zip your legs up. We're just gonna end off with a little bit of mobility here, a little bit of a stretch. So your arms are coming out wide. You're zipping your legs up, neutral in the pelvis. Bolt the back of the ribs down to the mat here, okay? And then we're gonna let both knees fall over to the left. The right side pelvis will lift, but the shoulder stays down. And then exhale back to center. Inhale, other way. Exhale, still use this as an opportunity to tap into your core breath and connect to your pelvic floor and your transversus abdominis, that deep corset muscle. Inhale, expand. Exhale, gently lift and wrap. Make this our last one here. And everything comes back down through center. Turn over onto your side and press on up. All right, ladies, that is our postpartum workout for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment and let me know what you thought, and share it with someone who you think would benefit. If you are a new mom, especially if you're nursing, please make sure that you hydrate and that you nourish your body after this workout and as often as possible throughout the day. It's really important that we take care of ourselves during that postpartum phase so that we have enough to give to everyone else. And oftentimes we put ourselves last when really we really need to be taking care of ourselves first. So I've been there, I get it. I know it's easier said than done, but really try to make that a priority, okay? So if you have any questions about this workout, or if you're just kind of wondering how to get through your postpartum journey and get back to feeling like you as quickly as possible, always feel free to reach out to me. You can comment on this video, you can reach out to me on my social channels. I'll leave the links in the description box below. And you can always also subscribe to my mailing list for daily inspiration, recipes, workouts, all that good stuff. I will also leave that link in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me today, guys. I will see you next time on the mat, and remember to just keep breathing, moving, and smiling.